Positive energy all the time. Good to see everyone this evening. Hope y'all doing great. More power. Salute. Hawkeye. Salute. Original 4747. Good to see you. The beautiful Arnell is here. Soul King is here. Good to see you. Salute, salute. The beautiful and gorgeous Kathy Wilson is here on her way to get that money. Get it, Cat, get it. Rastaman is here. Salute. El-Aton is here. Salute. Always a pleasure to see you all. Beautiful ladies. I hope y'all doing great. Stephen is here. Salute, my brother. Salute. Ogun is here. Rock Love is here. Space Time is here. Salute. What's up, Lee? Good to see you, my brother. Hope y'all are doing right. Taking care of yourself. Make sure y'all go follow me on Vegan Intel. Make sure y'all go follow Vegan Intel. We have some serious health issues going on with our people, so we need to get on top of it. And that's for everybody. All races and genders, all nationalities. Y'all need to go check out Vegan Intel. We need to get our vibes right. It's just too much going on. See all these rappers sick. Salute to my brother G-Rock. Killing. What's going on? Imhotep. Space is the place, my brother. Oh, yeah, it's almost my B-Day. Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, the beautiful and gorgeous Sylvia. Is here looking good. You said all flights canceled. Yeah, I'm not going to be really getting up there no more. I'm supposed to be going back to Arizona, but you know what I mean? King Kyle, salute, salute. Until I see what's going on. You know what I mean? I took the plane to Arizona and the plane back. The plane to Arizona, I think I was on American. It was making a whole lot of noise the whole flight. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I haven't flown in a while. I'm like, I don't remember all this noise. So then on the plane back, I took a different airlines. It was quiet. Southwest, I took Southwest back. It was quiet. I said, oh, it was that plane. You know what I'm saying? They got planes up there that shouldn't be up there. You know what I mean? All those crashes was happening while I was up there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Sylvia, sweet dreams. Cutie pie. And they got those planes up there. Those planes are old. You know what I'm saying? Those planes are old, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I don't like to fly though. You know what I'm saying? I like staying on the ground. Bus, train, car. I don't like being up in the air like that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Jody? Positive energy. Yeah, I don't like being up there. Maybe we'll talk about it sometime this week. I don't like flying. You know what I'm saying? I like driving is the best. Driving is the best because driving is a real vacation. You get to stop at cities on the way if it's a long trip. It's really good for the children because they get to see the country. And when you drive across America and get to see the country, you get a real overstanding on what's really going on, especially when you see how much land is unusable as far as living. They have a lot of land you can't live on. You know what I'm saying? FBA page boy, salute, salute. So, y'all, today we're going to talk about Trump. I'm going to talk about my assessment of Trump. I'm not really uh, into the Democrat Republican thing like that. So I don't really like political conversations. I like conversations about politicians and what's going on, but I don't like personal political conversations. I think that politics today with social media is totally misinformed. I think it's categorized. So I don't really like it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like if you vote for a person, I don't agree with you categorizing them with a whole party. So I don't really agree with that. Like if I vote for a candidate, I don't like being addressed as a Democrat or as a Republican because I vote for a candidate. I think that's unhealthy because what if there's a president that you like that's a Republican, but what if there's a governor you like that's a Democrat? So if I vote for a Republican president, that means I got to just vote for all the Republicans in my state. So what if my mayor, the best person for mayor is a Democrat and the best person for governor is a Republican? I can't vote like that. I got to. So I don't like it. I think it's become really silly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's really silly. I think it's uh I think it's out of line. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I think it's a little crazy. I think it's out of line. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy. I think you should be able to, vote for whichever candidate you think is a good candidate. You know what I mean? That's what I think you should do. Y'all shouldn't pay no attention to trolls. You know what I'm saying? Don't pay no attention to trolls because trolls, that's what they do. So don't pay no attention. Most of the trolls are men too, so that shows you where we at in this society with men. You know, so don't really pay that no lot of attention. Here in Chicago, we got some young shorties, and they get on the internet, and then they get outside. There be confrontations, and people end up losing their lives or going to prison over social media. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely crazy. But after the election, I campaigned, right? No, I didn't see because I'm not watching it that close like that. Because when I campaigned, I was just trying to show everybody the process of campaigning. I don't really get into politics like that. And when I get into politics, if there's somebody I like, that's personal. So I don't really get on the internet to promote a candidate that I like personally. And so when I was campaigning for Harris, I was just trying to show people the process of campaigning, but I was doing something that was over people's heads. So that just didn't work out well because no matter how much I said, I was trying to show people the process of campaigning. It couldn't really register. And they was trying to take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Although I did want her to win, but not, I wasn't voting for how basic Americans vote. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't voting. I wasn't voting. You know what I'm saying? I was basically just doing something for my family, what I thought was best for my family. And so I just wanted my daughters. I was going to use a Harris win for my daughters. I didn't care nothing about policy or none of that. So it's nothing to discuss because it's going to be way over people's head. They ain't going to know what I'm talking about. I got 3 daughters. I got granddaughters. So I wanted a female president for family reasons to benefit me and the family, to use it to motivate my children. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of black Americans don't understand is the main thing that America gets from presidents is the motivation for their children. And so Trump is going to be used for young white men to motivate them more than anything. But like I said, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking in the galaxy. The main thing those positions are used for is to motivate. Then all the policies and stuff is after. That's why all the imagery is a certain race in a certain way in America. It's all designed to motivate. You know what I'm saying? It's all designed to motivate. I don't pay no attention to that. Rock love, I don't pay. I don't pay no attention to that. I'm not into red and blue. So I don't pay no attention to that stuff. Because red and blue, what does that mean? The candidate's got to be good. So you can't vote red. You can't vote blue. You got to vote for a good candidate. So that's just nonsense. I never met a red politician or a blue one. Only politicians I ever see is white ones and some black ones. Maybe some Indians here and there. So that's that gets a little. You know what I'm saying? I think the main problem with the Republican Party is they don't get any good black candidates. Has nothing to do with red or blue or Democrat Republican. They don't get good black candidates. The Democrats get better black candidates than the Republicans. The Republicans don't get many black candidates, decent black candidates. A lot of times, black candidates run Republican. They don't be so black. So that's I don't know. That's why I don't get into it like that because it's too weird. It's too weird for me. So I don't get into the politics like that. It's too weird. I feel the young Americans generally are being misguided, being misled. You don't know anything about conservatives and liberals and moderates. You don't know anything about Democrats, Republicans. You don't know anything about conservatives, liberals, and moderates, which conservatives are not Republicans and liberals are not Democrats. And I think young Americans are not being really taught basic politics. Both parties have conservatives and liberals and moderates. And moderates keep the country running. Conservative and liberals make the country stagnant. Moderates are the ones willing to meet halfway to work it out so bills get passed. They're not teaching any of that. So, hey, You need moderates. Just like in the streets, you need a moderate. You need somebody, hey man, y'all stop fighting. You need somebody. You need a referee. You need an umpire. Show me where you don't have moderates in sports. That's what a referee is. That's what an umpire is. But they got young people thinking that Republicans are conservative and Democrats are liberals, which is, I don't know. They're making you think that the Democrats are LGBTQ, but Republicans got people in their family that's gay. So it's too much. It's too much for me. It's too much for me to get on social media when the American news and everything is misleading the public, and then I got to get out here and I'm like Chicken Little, the sky's falling. I can't go against the system. Everybody's brainwashed by the system. I can't even get you to eat right because you're gonna eat what the system tell you to eat. You're gonna do whatever they tell you or whatever they put as propaganda. But I think it's a shame that young Americans don't know that both parties are supposed to have liberals and conservatives. Both parties. And that all your congressmen and governors and senators are still not supposed to be there mostly for the whole country. They're supposed to be there representing what they need in their states. And so if we send a representative from Illinois and all they keep talking about is national politics, but they ain't speaking up for Illinois, they ain't speaking up for Indiana, they not getting you what you need in your state. That doesn't make much sense to me because it's the House of Representatives. And who are they representing? Their states. Duh. So when you get into these national arguments, but you ain't trying to make sure Florida get what Florida need, and Wisconsin get what Wisconsin need, and California get what California need. I don't know what you call this new stuff. I don't know what y'all call this stuff. But it's not traditional American politics for sure. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you call it. But you can't be a conservative Democrat and you can't be a liberal Republican. It's crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable. I mean, sexual orientation should not even be discussed in Washington. Like, that's what we're doing. Like who cares? What's your sexual preference? Like, really? That's really? Are you kidding me? But I did decide to give an overall assessment of Donald Trump, which is early, 1 month. And my overall assessment of Donald Trump is that Donald Trump is a very bullheaded, strong minded person. And so I personally believe it's impossible to foresee what Donald Trump will do. Because to me, okay, it's because people would come and say, no, he's not like that. So to me, as far as I'm concerned, so there's no need to debate how I see it, right? How I see it, I have to make that clear over here because I don't know what's going on with our educational system, is that he's a person that'll wake up in the morning and just do something. You know what I'm saying? And there's no telling what he's going to wake up and do. So I feel like I would not be able to really speak on his presidency for at least about a year before I would jump out the window and try to prejudge. Because once again, we're not supposed to hate on these different presidents. We're just supposed to try to get the president we want to get in there, but we're still supposed to be one country. And so whatever president gets in there, then that's our president. And then that's just the end of it. But for some reason, Americans ain't got away from that. I have no problem with Donald Trump being president. I wouldn't have had any problem with anybody being the president. Whoever's the president is just the president. So it wouldn't have made difference if it was Harris or Trump. Whoever's the president, that's the president, and then that's the end of it. Now, anybody that's not the end of it, that's for you. That's for you. It doesn't have to be the end of it for you. That's for you. So if it's not the end of it for you, good luck with that. But don't try to put that on me. Because one thing I've been saying, Maddie, this is how I see it. So when it gets to the point, Maddie, that you want to tell me how I should see it, right? Then that's where you're going too far. Because you would agree, Maddie, you got the right to see it the way you see it, right? Okay. 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 You're too emotionally in it. Yeah, you got too much emotion. You know what I'm saying? He's got too emotionally in it. Which is phony. Y'all know he not into it like that, okay? Y'all know that once he get off of here, y'all know doggone well that that man ain't thinking about that like that, okay? Okay? Y'all know Maddie he ain't on it like that. Because if he was that much into it, he would run for office. If he was that politically hyped up, he would run for office and show us how it's done. So that's all phony. Okay, that's somebody who wants to argue just for the sake of arguing. I don't know him for a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if his argument is real or legitimate. I don't know him. So I can't take on what you typing on here. I can't take that as true. Right? And I can't take it. I don't know if he even voted. I don't even know. See what I'm saying? So if he want me to, I'm not doing all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that. And so for me, Donald Trump is somebody, and this is my assessment, that people don't like you to have your own opinion, right? But I don't know how you could come on my channel and try to tell me I should say what you think when you could get a channel. But to me, uh, Donald Trump is the type of person that's bullheaded, that wants to do what he wants to do. But what he wants to do could change at any time. So to me, he's the type of person that if he just wakes up one day and decides he wants to give Black Americans reparations, he'll do it. Unlike any other president we've had, he would absolutely do it. Why? Because he wants to do what he wants to do. To me, he would be the most likely president if he decided to give Black Americans reparations. He would be the quickest one to do it. Why? Because he don't care. Basically, this is my assessment. Now, I feel like that Donald Trump, after his assassination attempt, And I feel like after all of those court cases, I feel like those court cases kind of humiliated him. And I feel like he wants to be liked. I believe that he's changed because of all of that. And I believe overall, Donald Trump wants, when he leaves office, he wants Americans to say he was the best president ever. I really believe that's what he's on. I watched him the night he won, and it was a different Donald Trump. And it's a high possibility that he does more good things than any other president in the history of the country. That's a possibility from my assessment. That's the vibe I'm getting from him. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting from him. I can only tell you how I get it. If I see something different, I tell you because it's early. So that's why I made it clear. I have to watch to see. But to me, with the humiliation and, him having all them charges and catching all them cases and the first felon president, psychologically, I believe that he wants to make the American citizens like him more than any other president. Seriously. That's my assessment of Donald Trump. He might do anything, but I believe his overall goal is when he leave office, is for everybody to say he was a great president. You understand? And so now, as far as the thing where he's cleaning out all of these government situations, well, if you look at it, if he's doing all these government situations, but then talking about giving the people the money, how is that a bad thing? If he's going to clean up all this government waste, which we all know there's government waste, there's been government waste, but there's never been anybody that was bold enough and strong enough to clean out the government. Because everybody else that wanted to do it was being overran by the Congress and the Senate. And he's not going for that. You understand? He's not going for that. All that money that's being wasted, he's saying he's going to clean it up. And so this is why I say I got to watch for a while. Because I don't want to be nobody over here trashing him and he send me $5,000. Now, I've seen people that say, Pharaoh, so you'll be willing for him to be president for $5,000? I mean, that's not it, but $5,000 for a lot of Americans, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a lot of middle class and poor Americans. In some cities, that's 5 months rent. In Chicago, that's 3 months rent. 4, depending on where you live at. And 4 months rent is nothing to shake a stick at. Considering ain't nobody else never gave you nothing. Let's say he gets rid of income tax. I got a friend that got a check and had to pay $700 out of the income tax. Imagine you get your whole check. So who on here going to tell me getting your whole check ain't a good thing? You understand? Thanks, DL, right? And so we just have to watch it. We have to see where this is going. And this is just an assessment. I can't give you no overall judgment on him because you can't judge a man on a job till he do the job. So if you get a job and you working for me, I got to see your work before I could judge you. So I can't judge him based on what y'all think he gonna do. You know what I mean? He said he's not gonna tax overtime, which he got that from me. They definitely, my idea been spreading around all up in Canada and everywhere because people have told me that they've heard people repeat that ever since I said it. Because you got to understand, these people be watching us. And so you imagine I get I disrespect this man, and this man stop charging us overtime. This man stop taking our money out. Get rid of the IRS where you get your whole check. I don't want to look like no fool where I got here and trash somebody, and now all my family members, they ain't taking no income tax out their check. They doubled up their social security money, double or whatever. I'm not finna jump out the window and trash this man without seeing what he gonna do. I can't say he gonna do it. I can't say he ain't gonna do it. But my assessment is that if he wanna do it, he definitely will do it. His bullheadedness has benefits if he wants to do something good because a lot of people have been stopping presidents from doing something good. You understand? You understand? So yeah, he made this announcement. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed for reposting it. He's gonna create a lot of black monuments in this area, and he's gonna have whites and blacks and everybody, which is a good thing. Some people saying, well, how he gonna put the statues of the blacks in there with the statues of white? Listen, it's just American history. I didn't agree with taking down statues. I don't believe in taking down historical statues. Christopher Columbus statues need to be up. It's still Christopher Columbus. At the end of the day, it's still history. Why would you take it down? Because once you start taking down these statues, then when people put up statues, somebody gonna come later and take these statues down, and then somebody gonna come later and take these statues down. When that's gonna end? Every time you get a different group of people in there, you're gonna keep taking statues down. Just put up more statues and leave the statues up there up. I don't see what statues are grant and that. I don't see where that. What is that? What does that do? Okay, you took the statues down. Okay, so what? That's all ridiculous to me. If it's somebody that was historical and they got a statue, leave it up there. If you want to teach about them where they was doing something wasn't good, then teach it in school. Okay, Grant wasn't this. Columbus teaching in school, but as far as the statue, if they're still historical figures, leave the statue up. Why would you take the statue down? Make it make sense. I mean, if they was somebody like Hitler, yeah, but I mean, these people ain't no Hitlers or nothing like that. How do I feel about Robert Kennedy Jr.? I feel like this perfection and progress. I feel like if the people ain't in charge and the people don't want to stand up, what good is it going to do to complain about who got power in office? What good is it going to do for me to be on social media, really even caring? Because the people not standing up. The people, the American people, not doing nothing. Then they want to put all the blame on the politicians. While you just go to work and go home and watch goofy stuff on TV, the people, the American people that's watching me, what are you doing as a group of people? Nothing. So to me, it's totally ridiculous to get on social media complaining when in real life you ain't about that. You're not complaining in real life. You're not organized in real life. Once I log off, you don't even care. You know how many times I log in over here to talk and people come over with their new logged in vibration like they all about that, when we know as soon as I log off, the conversation is mute. So don't try to get me into no fake hyper up conversation. I live in one of the biggest cities in America, and when you go outside, you don't see none of that. You don't see no type of movement. You don't see no type of protest. You don't see no type of organization or nothing. How do I feel about closing the Department of Education? I don't feel no way about it until it's closed. I don't see how closing the Department of Education is going. What is that going to do? I don't see what that's going to do. The Department of Education ain't doing nothing anyway. What is the Department of Education doing? Nothing that I know of. If the Department of Education was that good, why is all the prisons full? So they ain't educating. So I don't see what I don't get into all of that. I would have to wait till it's closed, and then I would have to wait till I see something bad happening for it to be closed before I would be able to speak on it. But right now, that's just all speculation, and I don't know. I think for Black Americans, it ain't gonna do nothing to us. We know how to pay teachers ourselves. We know how to get to school, our own schools open. You know what I mean? Do I see Trump and Putin teaming up? America and Russia is been a team. They both white, so they've been a team. It's good cop, bad cop. And America never cared nothing about the Ukraine. They was just making money. They never cared about the Ukraine. It's like we a gang. Let's say I'm a gang. Let's say I'm a gang. I'm the blue gang in prison. It's a red gang. You come into prison and we tell you, man, join the blue gang. You don't join the blue gang. Okay, the red gang start doing you dirty. Hey, you should have joined the blue gang. Now the Ukraine never joined NATO, right? All right then. America don't care nothing about them. They didn't join NATO. They on their own. America just pimped them and sold and made weapons and sent them old weapons and sent that money to the Department of Defense to make new weapons Tell you they're going to give you 300 million. Tell you they're going to give you $1 billion. They send $1 billion to the Department of Defense. They don't send it to Ukraine. They make $1 billion of new weapons. And then they'll send you, $250 million old weapons and tell you it's the $1 billion new weapons. And then when they drop the weapons off, they fill them planes with all them pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds and stuff. And then I go to Whole Foods and get my pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds straight from the Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do all the hyper, I'm not doing all the hyper, stuff with Trump. I'm just watching, and we're going to see what's going to be what. And I didn't get into the frenzy, psychological frenzy that I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't y'all get y'all mind psychologically into that, because you should have been buying extra beans and rice like I told you. You should have been putting up your money and stop buying all them designer clothes. You should have been sitting on some money. You should have been saving your money. You should have been already sitting down with your children, teaching them things they're not going to learn in school on Sunday. That's on you. Because everything that your children need to know historically, they're going to have to learn from you, or they're going to have to learn from some OG when they get older. Because everything I learned vital, I learned on my own after school. I didn't learn nothing about ancient Egypt. I didn't learn nothing about Ethiopia. I didn't learn nothing, no details about Black American history until I was grown. Period. So board education, hey, are you sitting down with your children making sure they can do math? Or you just depending on the school? You know what I'm saying? Do I let Gaza? I'm not really paying a lot of stuff to that, Piff. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's political talk, man. That's political talk. Okay? Trump is doing what he's supposed to do. He talk and then give results. Like he talked to Canada, then Canada conceded. Okay? So he doing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't take all of that like that. You have to wait and let things play out and then speak on it after it play out. But when he say go and take Gaza, he's saying I'm gonna punk the Palestinians and the Israelis. We finna take that. Me and my rich friends, we finna take that and build a resort. What y'all gonna do about it? Israel, we gave y'all all that money. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, they would have beat y'all if it weren't for our money. That's what he owns some gangster stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trump on some gangster. He's saying everything absolutely right. What can Israel say? America, the one, our tax dollars is the one helping them fight the war. What could the Palestinians say? Our tax dollars the one got you blowed up. So yeah, we'll come take that. What Israel could do about it? Nothing. He punking Israel. He not punking the Palestinians. He on some gangster. Like, man, we gonna take Gaza. It's gonna be nice. We gonna fix it up and all that. Y'all ain't listening to dude. I'm telling you, dude is different, man. What did I tell y'all? He do what he want to do. He wake up, man, we should take Gaza, man, and build resorts. He get right on there. Yeah, we're gonna take Gaza and build resorts. So I'm telling you, I'm just giving you an assessment. I can't tell you the facts on dude. I gotta watch him for a year. I'll be wrong to come and tell y'all anything. I got to watch him for a year before I could come tell y'all anything on this dude. But I could tell you, as a businessman, he know what to do. He know how the game go, though. He a businessman. He know how to play the game. You do know that when Trump was in New York, the mob threatened him. And you know he hired FBI for security. He hired off-duty FBI for security. The mob had to step down. They had to leave dude alone. He knows how to play the game. He hired FBI. Look it up. When the mob was trying to extort him, he hired off-duty FBI security. The mob put the word out, leave him alone. He crazy. the mob put the word out from the top. Leave Donald Trump alone. We all gonna go to prison messing with him. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Ask somebody. I'm just watching. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he good or bad. I can't say he good. I can't say he bad. That's my assessment. I cannot say because I have no evidence. You understand? I have no evidence on how anything is going to turn out with him. So I would not lead y'all and say, oh, he the greatest, he's all that, or oh, he the worst. I can't say that. Only thing my assessment I could give you is that he gonna do what he want to do, but he's sporadic. So you don't know what dude gonna do. Anybody watching me showed me when he said, black people built America. Yeah, you built this country. He said it in front of everybody and didn't care if they didn't like it. He didn't care. He said, black Americans built this country right in front of all America. So you don't know what he gonna do. The only thing I can say is he gonna do whatever he want to do. Well, I just don't know what he want to do. I don't know what he want to do, so I can't say he's good or bad. I'm not doing all of that. Like I said, I just wanted Harris to be in there for my daughters. I'd be on some. Just the same way they into it for what's best for them, y'all need to be into this stuff what's best for y'all. What's best for you, what you gonna get out of it. That's all you should be in it for. So that's why I was pushing Harris, because I was gonna get some family out of it. I was gonna use it for my daughters so that they go to college and go to universities and be great. I'll say, look at this woman, she's doing great things. And I was just gonna use that for my personal. I was into it personally. That's why I ain't care nothing about what none of y'all said. I was into it personally because I use everything for my children and my grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Everything is for my children, my grandchildren. So if it's anything, especially us being black, so if I get any person of color or any person that kind of identify as black in any kind of way, I need that because we black over here. And I need role models for my children. And, you know, a basketball player is only a role model if my child gonna play basketball. And so you look at LeBron. I don't use him as a role model as a ball player. I use him as a role model for building his own school and sending a bunch of children to college. I use that for my children. Not, you know what I'm saying? I only could use him as a ball player if my son hooping. If my son hooping, then I'm gonna use Michael Jordan and Kobe and LeBron and them as a role model for a hooper. But you need a role model to fit the role. You can't just have a role model if it don't fit the role that you're looking for. So I can't use Donald Trump as a role model because we black. He's not a role model for my sons. You understand? Byron, you just, you know what I'm saying? I can't just leave like we're not doing ridiculousness, all right? Now, if you want to do that on your own time with your family, you want to teach that to your children, fine. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I can't condone like any of that. Like, we trying to be serious. You know what I'm saying? So be serious, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be serious, like be serious, like so. I'm watching them, and it's only been some of the things he's saying. I'm gonna see how they turn out. I haven't seen anything that bothers me. You know, I haven't seen anything that bothers me. I haven't seen anything racist from him yet myself. He picked his whole cabinet. Nobody was black on there, but maybe he didn't know nobody black to pick. But I can say that I don't see nothing really racist yet that I would consider racist from him like that. I think like I don't see how him having ICE kick people that's not citizens out of the country. I don't see that as a bad thing because they're not citizens. And the law is the law, and you can't have a law and let people break the law. When you cross the border, that's illegal. You broke the law. You illegally in the country, and you got to go. You can't just run across the border. Period. And when you run across the border and you're not no citizen, you taking money out of citizens' mouths, but you're not no citizen. So who is getting the money? So you getting the money, but you're not a citizen. That don't benefit us that you get money when you're not no citizen. Plus, you can always run back. Soon as it get hot, soon as everything go bad, you're gonna run back. But those of us that been here, we ain't got nowhere to run to. We can't run back to Mexico. We can't run back to Venezuela. So people that come that can run back, you can't depend on them. So I have no problem with him throwing you out if you're illegal. The last thing I want is something to happen to my family and we don't know who you are. We got you as Jose Rodriguez and we find out that ain't even your real name. We don't even know you. So now you could use any kind of name or anything because there's no proof of who you are because you're illegally in the country. To me, it's totally unfair for somebody to be illegally in the country. You don't even know who they are, but yet I got to have all my credentials. I got to have all my credentials, all my family history here, but yet you can come and you ain't even a citizen. How you getting the same thing I'm getting when I got to have all my papers to prove who I am, but you ain't even got no papers? What good is your papers when you're not legally here? What's my thoughts on him removing black history and black engineer programs in the military? I don't know. I have to see if it's good or bad. I don't know. I don't know. I think if you're black and you go into the military, what you going for? What you going to the military for? Are you going there to further your education? Or are you going to fight a war for America? All right, if you're a black person and you so black, show me the benefits of black people for you getting in the military. What did you are you getting in the military to benefit black people? No. You getting in the military just to benefit your own self, probably to get some kind of money or something. But I can't see what blacks in the military. I can't see the benefit from us. How does that benefit black Americans that you in the military? So how is that so black? You in the military. So you want to be super black and be in the military? You know what I'm saying? If you join the military because you want to get an education or you want to better yourself or you're going to come back and buy homes and take care of and go to school and stuff, that's going to help the black community. But as far as you join the United States military, then I don't really agree with no Hispanic and different stuff in the United States military. You're just in the military. You can't be a white military, black military, Asian military. It's the U.S. military. So I don't know. I don't know. To me, there's a possibility that if he gets rid of a lot of DEI and that stuff, then that'll open up for fair hiring and you won't need DEI. So to me, that's why I say I got to watch, because it could benefit black people to get rid of all of these programs. So now you could just get hired based on your skills. So if they get rid of all this, if they get rid of affirmative action, but you can get your job based on your skill, that's going to be a good thing, because affirmative action, see, let me explain something to you. The whole black thing never helped the black man. All that black stuff only helped the black woman. It never helped us. DEI, affirmative action, it only helped the black woman, and it only destroyed black relationships, because it made the black woman be able to make more money than the black man and get on social media talking about she ain't gonna marry us unless we got a certain amount of money to take her on a certain date. When my mother and father came here, they came from Alabama. When the jobs was handed out, they gave my mother, she ended up working in the office. She went to school for it, but even school is catered towards the girls. So my mother went to school. She ended up working in the office. All the black men had to be postmen, police officers, mailmen. They always had to work with the public. And the woman got the office jobs. So it's always been discrimination against the black man. So black was always used, but it never benefited the black man. DEI don't benefit the black man. Affirmative action don't benefit the black man. It only benefit the black woman and the gay people and stuff like that, and white women. And it don't benefit me. Period. Never have and never will. If you look at most of the products they talk about taking out of Target, I guarantee you most of them is black women. Tabitha, black woman. Other chick, black woman. Show me some black men had their stuff in Target. I wait. Tabitha is a star. Her husband is nothing. She the leader of the family. Tell me I'm lying. It's Tabitha Brown and her husband. He like a wife. Socially. I ain't trying to disrespect him, but socially, he the wife. She the man. I don't know. I'm independent, so I don't do none of that. I do me. And so as far as black people as a whole, y'all should have been built y'all own stores. You should have had your own stuff in the black community. All that DI, all that you run and keep begging somebody else for a job, you ain't teaching in your own school. You ain't got no laundromats in your neighborhood. You ain't got no cleaners in your neighborhood. You ain't got no car washes. You don't own no gas stations. You don't own no grocery stores. None of the basics. People, y'all, other women doing your woman's toes, and you're a black man and you dropping your woman off for somebody else to do her toes. I don't agree with none of that. Trump can't fix that, and Trump didn't make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can check out black and female. Exactly, Joshua. The government ain't against us. We ain't for us. The government ain't against us. We ain't for us. The reason the government don't like messing with us because we had too much time to get ourselves together and we didn't. Period. You can come over here, you can say a million things about Trump, but black man, what is you on? Is the black man doing a good job? As a black man, no. The black man don't get along with the other black man. The black man don't work with the black man. You got a bunch of black men live here, and they all go out here and work for somebody else, rather than stay there and work together. Rather than the black man stand where he at and working together, he all go to separate companies to work for somebody else and be the token at somebody else's job, rather than be bosses at their own jobs. How long you think white America gonna carry you before they gonna get sick of you? Like, listen, when you gonna stand up and do your thing like we doing ours? Why you want us to keep sharing our stuff with you? It's Trump fault. You want to wear Louis Vuitton and Gucci and you want to wear everybody else's clothes? That's his fault. He just got in office. But you want to count what he gonna do with your money, but you ain't even counting what you're doing with your own money. How you keep trying to tell what Trump gonna do to us economically, but you ain't talking about what we doing to ourselves economically? Make it make some sense. Can't nobody do nothing to us if we was doing what we supposed to be doing. I don't know. We ain't doing what we supposed to be doing, but we crying about what somebody else doing. Make it make some sense. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They say a dollar circulates in the Asian community for a month. A dollar circulates in the Jewish community for 20 days. And a dollar circulates in the black community for 6 hours. Not even a day. They 20 days and 30 days, you 6 hours. You can't, our money don't even circulate for 2 days. Not even 24 hours, not even one day. Now, that's Trump's fault. That's Biden's fault. That's that's Obama's fault. That's everybody's fault. All right. Some people say they need to shut us down to wake us up. That Trump might wake you up. You understand? If you can't be letting people troll you like that, he a troll. You don't can't tell he's an actor. He's an actor. That's an act. He not real. That's an act. He doing that on purpose. He got to work hard. That's all planned for making money. He getting rich. That's an act. That's not really him. That's an act. That's not him. I don't even watch him because it's not real. It's an act. He getting money on being as anti-black as he could be. Nobody is like that. You have to practice to be like that. There's nobody really like that. It's an act. He's doing an act. Like Hollywood, like a movie. It's not real. He found out a way to make money. But if black people didn't watch him, he wouldn't be nowhere. Black people in the 60s, 70s, 80s was trying to build. No, they wasn't. Black people wasn't trying to build. Black people came up in the 60s and was trying to survive. You didn't have nothing to build with. Black people in the 70s was still trying to survive. You didn't have nothing to build with. Black people in the 80s was still trying to survive. You didn't have nothing to build with. Black people in the 90s was the first ones that got to a position where you could probably try to build. But the way you wasn't able to build because you wasn't able to sit enough money aside to build because inflation kept taking all your money, taking all your money, taking all your money. Every time you look up, the price is going up, making it harder for you to save money. And your black people that did crime, that was able to take the money from crime and go legal, they busted all now. Whereas the Italians, the Irish, the Jews, all them, they was allowed to do illegal activities and go legal. They was allowed to bootleg liquor and all that. Kennedy's daddy was a criminal. He was a gangster. But he took his money and then they was able to send Robert and John And then they was able to become politics. So everybody else was able to take their illegal money and go legal. But the black man, they didn't let you do that. They didn't let you do that. Biden went in there and said, lock you up for 20, 30 years. Back with Al Capone and them, they would do a little pinch. They get pinched for 2 years, 5 years, 7 years. Joe Biden and that generation came and said, listen, these blacks, the only way we can stop them, don't let them back out. So when you bust them, lock them up for 20, give them 20, 25. That way they can't catch up. You understand? They locked them up once we got in the game. It gave us a long time. The old gangsters, they would go to jail. You do 5, you do 2, you get pinched. They call it pinched. You come out. That's why the old gangsters didn't want them to get into drugs because they said you can't do no 20 years because you're going to start snitching. And that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? The only reason the black community not going nowhere because the black man don't like the black man. It's not really complicated. The black man don't like the black man and you can't trust him around your woman. You can't do no business with nobody you can't trust around your women and children. So we can't work together. Anytime a black man go with his women around black man, we feel uncomfortable. We feel uncomfortable around you with our queen because you got no self-respect and no dignity. You don't have no respect for your race. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that. So it's hard to do any type of business. If we go open a business, if it's a qualified woman, we got to bring in the business. But you act like you never seen a woman before. So you're going to make her uncomfortable. You understand? So all our problems are self-inflicted, basically. Yeah, Trump can't really do nothing to us that we ain't already put into play by the way we function. We already don't have no stores. Here in Chicago, they closed the Walgreens. I went into a Walgreens. This was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I went into a Walgreens on, I think, 79th, somewhere, 79th for King Drive. And it wasn't nothing in the store hardly. And they said, yeah, we're finna close in a few days. And I seen some black people just walk out with bunches of bags of chips and soda, just grabbed it and just walked out the door. The man just said, oh, they do that all the time, right? Steal everything in the store. You go in the black community, go to Walgreens, you got to push a little buzzer, and they got to come open it up for you to get toothpaste, shampoo, and it's all behind plexiglass locks. Just today, they announced the other Walgreens closing down the street on 71st. Now they complaining because about 4 or 5 Walgreens closed. They ain't going to have no drugstore nowhere over there. But the people been in there stealing everything. Why? Because we don't control our own neighborhood. We don't patrol the neighborhood. We don't control the neighborhood. So it ain't no Walgreens going to be over there, no pharmacy, nowhere. And they complaining, you closing all our pharmacy. But y'all never complain about y'all own people going there stealing everything. When you drive and you go down Jeffrey and you get to 71st, you see all these people standing around there, a bunch of dope fiends and a bunch of low lives. And the black community ain't never went and told them, get off this corner. Get off these corners like that. Y'all let the corners stay like that in your own neighborhood. No white community would let whites go and do that in their community like that. But we allow that because the black man, he not unified like that. The black man is only black on the internet. Once he go outside, he just ain't on nothing. It's hard for me to take internet typing serious. That just be internet typing. Y'all ain't never noticed. You never see none of this when you go outside. In Chicago, we got like a peace movement. And that peace movement, man, is about this big. But they shooting little videos talking about we don't try to bring peace to the streets. But man, that ain't. I'm trying to be positive. I got to do a video with a brother, JT, the bigger figure. He coming. He here in town. I'm gonna meet up with him and do it. And when he asked me about that, I got to play it off. I can't tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I got to play it off and figure out what I'm gonna say because I can't tell the truth because that is gonna be like I'm not positive. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is that little peace movement ain't gonna do nothing. They got the Muslim brother that be rapping and stuff. Ain't nobody listening to dude. And he ain't that good of a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to push this peace movement, but then a lot of brothers turning Muslim. So that ain't gonna work. Ain't nobody finna turn on Muslim to have peace. So they trying to exploit the peace movement with Islam, trying to recruit people into a religion. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really honestly trying to help the community. It's like a religious recruit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like religious recruitment. What Islam got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? You want to bring peace to the community or not? Make it make some sense. It ain't gonna go nowhere because them fake Muslims. Them brothers ain't no real Muslims like that. It's like the new fad when everybody had dreadlocks. Now everybody gonna cut their dreadlocks. Everybody gonna be a Muslim for about 45 years. You know it ain't real. But whatever. I can't tell the truth. I'm gonna ask him though. You want me to tell the truth, bro? I'm gonna ask him like, bro, you want me to tell the truth, or you want me to say what's best before we shoot? Or you want me to try to keep it where it go along with what you got going on? You know, I won't mess up his stuff. That's my man. You know what I mean? That ain't Islam ain't no knowledge of no self, man. We don't need no knowledge of no self. We need stores, man. We don't need no knowledge of no self. How you don't know yourself? You're your mama's child. What else you need to know? All that knowledge of self, all that's garbage. Knowledge of self ain't gonna get you no stores, ain't gonna get you no restaurants, ain't gonna get you no gas stations or nothing. None of that gonna get you nothing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna get you nothing. That's all trash. Look, all the brothers got knowledge of themselves. Where they at? What's the name of their sneakers the kids buying? What's the name of their outfits the children buying? Where they gas station at? Where they stores at? What's the name of their cell phone? What's the name of their automobile? What's the name of their automobile? Because knowledge of self dudes don't even last nothing but 5 to 7 years and they disappear. It's a whole nother group of knowledge of self dudes. Remember way back with Sarnetta? Where's all the Sarnetta dudes that was on there? Gone. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Inky, where he at? Polite, where they at? Where they all at? Saratsun said he on doing gossip videos now on YouTube. I'm just saying. He doing gossip videos about Diddy and whatever happened in the news trying to make $1. I ain't hating on he trying to make $1. I'm just saying. I don't know how you're gonna do that with that name, but it's cool, I guess. You ain't noticed like I don't be on here a couple days because it ain't nothing to talk about but gossip. I don't be wanting to do that. I'm not finna be over here ASAP Rocky free. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not finna do all that. That's why YouTube. That's why nobody don't like me. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't like me on YouTube. Cause I won't. You know what I'm saying? I won't do the YouTube game. I don't talk about none unless I really want to talk about it. Period. I'm not finna be over here today. Man, Loose Cannon and Big Homie CC and Whack 100. I know everything going on, but I ain't finna go stop. I could. I could. I know everything going on. I could be over here every day with that. I could and run my numbers up on YouTube talking about nothing. But I felt like I wanted to assess Trump right there because I see everybody getting stressed out over Trump. I want black people to know, man, don't be getting stressed out over Trump. Do what you need to do in your community. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to be doing in your community. Learn how to have some dignity because the women, we can't help the women if the men ain't solid. So the only way the sisters can really move is if the men move more solid. We holding the black women down because we don't move solid. You can't just let no brother know where you live or bring no brothers around your family because the brother want to be your friend today and be beefing tomorrow. A black man want to say some old slick stuff, you know. You should be surprised how many black brothers that come over here. They don't help the conversation. They come going against the grain. Then I have to diss them and kick them out of here. Then they get mad. Then they want to come over here. Man, that brother dissed me and blocked me, man, and stuff, you know. On this social media, trying to act like I just dissed you and blocked you for nothing, knowing the whole time you was negative. You wouldn't last 2 days in the county jail. You wouldn't last 2 days in no penitentiary plan like that. 2 days. You couldn't make it 48 hours playing like that. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't make it because you opposition, you too opposing and everything. You ain't easy to get along with. And this was holding our community down. It ain't Trump. Trump can't do nothing to our community. Trump can't do nothing to us. Yes, they might. A lot of stuff might get shut down. You might see a lot of people losing their jobs. There's going to be more opportunities, but we gonna have to start creating our own opportunities. We ain't gonna be able to keep depending on no president to do nothing, and we ain't gonna be able to be no Republicans and no Democrats. Because I'm seeing brothers out here tripping, constantly talking about, man, the Democrats ain't this and the Democrats ain't that. As soon as you talking like that, you a goofy. What is you talking about? Who is the Democrats? I ain't never met them before. Who is the Democrats? I don't even know who the Democrats is. Like here in Chicago, we got some people down there. They don't like Brandon. They down there talking about they gonna turn Chicago red. Just talking just crazy stuff. Instead of trying to find a good candidate, they just ready to hop out of the bed with one person and hop in the bed with somebody else don't even know who it is. And ain't not one of them people gonna run for office. Ain't one of them can't do nothing. A bunch of people ain't got no job. That's why they down in City Hall every day hollering and screaming. Ain't you gotta go to work? You know what I'm saying? Just when I see you down there every day hollering and screaming like that, I already know you ain't on nothing. You down here showing out for this camera. You know what I'm saying? Ain't qualified to run a peanut farm. You down here in City Hall running your mouth about what Brandon they doing. What you gonna do? Run against them then. I said, if you can't run, then sit down. You know what I'm saying? If you can't run, then walk it out. Walk it out. You need to walk it out. You know? They told you in Atlanta. If you can't run for office, walk it out. You know, bamboos. Go sit down, walk over there and have a seat. You know all this phony stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe they got to shut black people down for the black man to stand up. I don't know. We gonna see. Maybe they got to shut it down for us to stand up. But I tell you this: between these politics you're not involved in, your bad eating, where you constantly sick. You see the ball dude, the daddy get his foot cut off. No, keep playing. Everybody sick. Benny Siegel sick. Freeway sick. Herb Gotti, boom, drop, sick. Right? So you ain't black man. You not even healthy enough to be in the game. And so you don't want to eat right, and you ain't got your economics together. You ain't got your discipline and your honor together, but you crying about Trump. I don't get it. I don't understand. Everything you want to do is going to have to start at the local level. It's not going to start at the federal level. And the local level is your city and your town. And the local level, inside the local level, is your neighborhood. So, like, unifying your neighborhood and start to figure out how you could bring some dollars and some money into the neighborhood and provide something valuable to the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Especially some food. At the end of the day, we got to eat. So where's the trucks and where's the food? We got brothers got trucks. Where's the brothers with the food? So the brothers with the trucks can go get the food. I don't pay no attention to Charleston White. I don't talk about stuff like that. I don't watch him. I don't pay no attention to him. I don't I don't pay no attention to that. I'm not for him or against him. I ignore him. I don't pay no attention to him. I don't pay no attention to no kind of bozo, clown stuff like that. I don't pay no attention to that dude. The fact that he's popular just show the black man ain't on nothing. Anytime you listening to that, you ain't got a chance in hell in your community. Just listen to that, man. He be saying some good stuff, man. All right. Yeah, you listen to him, you a goofy. I can't say much about dude, but if you listening to dude, that tell me a lot about you. That's where your mind be every day, listening to that nonsense. I guess everybody told me he be saying some good stuff. Okay, show me where that good stuff manifests. Oh, it don't. Okay, because everything is good stuff as long as it ain't telling you to get together and do nothing. Now, what I be telling you to get together, black man, and build and do something, that go in one ear and go right back out the same ear. Because you ain't going to do it. You're going to wait till you wake up and all the gas stations and food stores closed in your neighborhood before you realize you should have mobilized. They got together and did something. So I don't know. Maybe if they shut everything down, maybe that'll wake us up. I don't know. But I know at the end of the day, their responsibility going to be to take care of their people first. Ain't no nationality or no race of people going to take care of the other people. Everybody going to take care of themselves. You ain't going to see no robin leave out her nest and go get no food to bring back in and put it in the sparrow's nest. The robin going to go get food and bring it back to the robin. That's not racism. That's what they do. They robins and they going to feed the robins. White America's responsibility is to take care of their people. They got a lot of people they got to feed. How much you want them to take out of their mouth when they work and feed you with? How long they got to keep changing your diaper and burping you, black man? How long white America got to keep burping you and fixing your bottle for you? You know what I'm saying? While you goo goo gaga, goo goo gaga, you know what I'm saying? He got to keep making your bottle for you. And then you go put on all his clothes and his cars, and you go out and you be dancing with your wife with all his stuff. Don't nothing be in the picture be yours. You get a couple of dollars, you go get on his plane, get in his car, his plane, get in the air. Talking about, I'm going on vacation. We doing all his. You go to where he got his hotel, his everything. You got the money from him, and then you go get the money back to him, and then you get on social media and try to make me think you doing something. You living your best life. No, you not. You giving your money to somebody else that's investing in their children and their future and their community. Then you want to go live in their community. Then when all type of stuff happen, you mad they don't want you out there. You think you supposed to be out there, which you can live wherever you want to live, but why you ain't got neighborhoods like that, like they got? Because in our neighborhood, you want a seat at the table. And when you want a seat at the table, that means you the only one you want to be sitting there. You want to be the token. You don't want us to get no seats at the table. You don't want us to get our own table. You don't want us to have our own tables. You want a seat at the table. And so y'all need to stop focusing on Trump and all that. And we need to really start focusing on our little neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn that in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And build in our neighborhoods. And it's going to start with these boys. Teach these little boys how to get along. Teach y'all sons how to get along with the other little boys and how not to be bragging because he's sleeping with the other little boy's girlfriend and all that. That's a no-no. Get your own girlfriend and stop condoning these little boys going against each other like that. This is something parents got to do. This ain't nothing Islam or Christianity or Judaism can do, or no organization can't do this. Parents got to do this. Parents got to raise these young people and show them the other races and how they work together, and let them know they ain't going to be able to compete with these other people the way they work together. You just ain't going to be able to compete. That's why all that anti-white stuff, I just ain't really with it. Because what you anti-white for? You ain't pro-black. That ain't really making no sense to me. When you pro-black, you're not anti-white. You just pro-black. Some people think that whites is anti-black because they pro-white. They not anti-black. They pro-white. They try to do what they got to do. They try to take care of their children and their nieces and stuff. They ain't got no time to stop taking care of their little neighborhood and they family and stuff to come take care of some black person. You're not in their family. You don't live. You're not them. It's basically these races is families. It's a white family. It's a black family. It's an Asian family. A family gonna take care of their family. It's not racist, but we look at it like that. But it's not. And you mad because everybody do that, but you don't do it. And then you want to know why they don't accept you into your stuff. And they looking at you like, where's your stuff? We don't accept you because you won't get your own stuff. And when you don't have your own stuff, you ain't going to respect our stuff. The only thing you're going to respect is when you get your own. That's what the song said. The song don't say God bless the child that's got somebody else's stuff. It say God bless the child that's got his own. So if you ain't got your own, is God gonna bless you? That ain't what the song say. The song say God bless the child that's got his own. And that's the only way you're going to get respect from Trump or anybody is to have your own stuff and stand on your stuff and don't let your people take your stuff. You see people like Elon Musk, he was in South Africa where they was take your land from you because you ain't united enough because, it wasn't no unity because, you know, Africans ain't Africans. They didn't look at themselves as Africans. So when you hear them say Africans sold their own people, no, they did not sell their own people. If I'm Nigerian and I go to war with Ghana and I capture some of them and sell them, they ain't not my people. So we're not even teaching the history right. Africans did not sell their own people because no such thing as Africans. And whatever tribe sold them, the people they sold wasn't them. They didn't consider them them. They didn't consider the people they sold as their own people. That was them people live over there. If the Germans do something to the Irish, you ain't gonna say they did something to their own people. You're gonna say the Germans. You ain't saying that the Russians is fighting their own people and they all white. The Russians and Ukrainians the same race. Why y'all don't say they fighting their own people? Because they not. Ukrainians, and Russians is Russians. All right. Ghanaians is Ghanaians, Algerians is Algerians, and Senegalese is Senegalese. They not the same. Think about it. Think about it. So it's like foundational Black Americans. You got to focus. The idea is to gather ourselves together and then look for allies and stop being anti-African and anti-Caribbean. The only reason y'all that because you ain't got yourselves together. If Black America, the foundation of Black America is unify and get ourselves together, then we would be in a position to look for allies, Caribbean allies, African allies, Nigerian allies, or Ethiopian allies, or Jamaican allies. But you can't look for allies when you ain't no army. Armies don't have allies. We have to unite and get ourselves together. And all the fear mongering about what Trump's going to do is phony. That's just a bunch of people that are into the Democratic making money by pushing the Democratic Party and they selling fear to try to win votes. All these Roland Martins in there, they not honest people. They not really speaking for Black Americans. They speaking for Democrats. Period. So you can't listen to them with all this fear mongering about Trump and all that. With this red and blue, with this, conservative liberal nonsense. This is all nonsense. It's all fake. I feel sorry for this young generation. The way they selling y'all politics, it's horrible. You're gonna be totally confused. You ain't gonna be able to teach your children nothing because they selling you like nonsense. What is conservative liberal? So you telling me a whole party is conservative and the other whole party is liberal? You understand? You telling me a whole party is conservative and another whole party is liberal? Seriously? I mean, Mayor Adams is cool, but instead of trying to help them people get their building, he should have been trying to help black people do something. Yeah, they're going to let him go for his crimes, for him flying all over the place, helping them foreign people try to get some type of building in New York. But that wasn't helping black people. That was just a payoff for his own pockets. He was a crook and about probably going to get a favor for a favor. But he never wasn't doing nothing for the black community. He was running around taking payoffs, allegedly, from, I think, India or Turks, one of them, to help them get that building. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help them get that building. He wasn't really trying to do nothing for black Americans like that. Not that I've seen. See, because you don't have no unity at the roots, when you put people in office, they just gonna run over you because the people is by themselves, and then there's no root. So once they get in office, there's nobody to hold them responsible because you ain't got no root, you ain't got no foundation, and you can't have a political foundation. You got to have a business foundation because the political foundation ain't got no money. It's the business foundation is the one that got the money that donate to the campaigns and stuff like that. So until the black man get a strong business foundation, he ain't gonna have no strong political foundation. That's just what it is. As fast as them Walgreens close, a black man need to get that building and open back up a drugstore. Open up the same type of store. We got a wide opportunity now to open up our own versions of a Walgreens right now in all these empty Walgreens buildings across this country. We can't get them all, but we can get the ones in the major spots and run it like a black Walgreens. Because I guarantee you, if I had that Walgreens on Jeffrey, I guarantee you, would nobody come in there and steal nothing. Because we'll be outside with that message. We know we black, and we know we got a Walgreens in the black community. So we're gonna have to run this Walgreens like it's being run in the black community. And the streets got to work, got to go in the streets. Oh, don't steal over there. Don't steal. It's consequences if you steal over there. If you steal over there, it's consequences. It's consequences. We're gonna hold you for treason. You stealing from a black Walgreens in the black community. And we gotta do our thing our way. And then that's where the politics come in when they kind of tell us you can't run your Walgreens like that. We be like, shut up talking to us. We don't want to put you in office. We're gonna run this the way we run this, and you run your neighborhood the way you run your neighborhood. Okay? Now we gonna have to stand on something as black people. Everything we do gonna have to be different. We ain't gonna be able to do things the way everybody else do something when we coming from the bottom like that and we got all this degradation and stuff in our neighborhood. We're gonna have all different rules and different ways we do business. And that's where the politics come in when we go down to City Hall and let them know we're going to do it like this. We're going to do this like this. Y'all failed. Y'all can't keep the stores open. You understand? Both parties is controlled by white supremacy. And listen, when something is controlled, it's because you sitting down, Martell. So if you sitting down, then yeah, something's in control. Something's in control when you sitting down. So the reason the parties is controlled because you're not active with business. All political parties are controlled through business. There's not one political party that's not controlled through business. And black men ain't about no business. So it's not white supremacy don't control the parties. White business control the parties. Business. White supremacy ain't got no money. White supremacy can't give no donations. Business. And he who has the goal makes the rules. It's business. It's business. That's what we got to get on. That's our Achilles heel as a black man. Business. Business is our Achilles heel. Because in order for us to step up in business, look how many vices we got to get rid of. Just business alone, there's 10 things we'll have to change. That's why nobody talk about that to y'all but me. The only way that the black man's going to be successful in business, he going to have to change at least 10 things. And there's nothing else going to fix the black community other than business. Period. Because there's no other way to get you locked in. Can't do it with gangs because you're going to go to prison. Can't do it with religion because religion is phony. It's at least 10 things you have to do to do business together. I remember when I used to work at the stock exchange, and one day they gave out a memo. I was straight out of high school. They gave out a memo, and the memo was telling all the employees that they got to be in shape, that they can't be smoking a lot of cigarettes, they can't be overweight, they can't be drinking a lot, because they were saying that if we hire you for a position and you're not in good health and you move up so high and then you get sick, we're going to have to go now and go all out our way to find a replacement. But you in a high position. So we need you to be able to be healthy enough to move up in the company. We don't want to move you up if you got health problems, because now that's going to hurt our insurance companies. Because you got insurance with this company. It was deep. Now, this was way back in the 70s. This was back in the 70s. And if you think I'm lying, right? If you think I'm lying, you come to any city like Chicago and bet me $500. And I'll pick you up in the morning at 5:30 in the morning, and we'll go down to the white parts of the city, and you're going to see them up exercising. You're going to see them jogging, riding bikes. You're going to see they got small exercise, and you're going to see the basic image of a businessman. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to just do it right now. Tell me I'm lying. Look, I searched businessman, right? I searched businessman. Look at the pictures came up. Look at the pictures. Is anybody overweight? Is anybody overweight? Is anybody overweight? Is anybody obese or overweight? Look at the image of a businessman. There you have it. There you have it. So there's a lot of things. You can't chase women. You can't flirt with women. Maddie, you can't flirt with women. if you want to be a businessman. You can't flirt with women. I can't do business with you and you making Google ads at my wife or I'm making Google ads at your wife. You can't have a business and every woman come to do business with you, you flirting with them. That eliminates how many black men right now is not qualified businessmen. You got a restaurant and you think you're going to try to sleep with every woman coming there to get some food to eat. Me as a businessman, I never flirt with women. And I never look at no man's woman or try to talk to no man's woman under no circumstance. That's just out the question. As a matter of fact, when I meet you with your woman, I'm going to mostly greet you and I'm going to say hi to her, but the greeting going to be mostly with the man. I've had women say, dang, he act like he ignored me. Not really. I'm greeting y'all as a couple. When I greet your king, I am greeting you. I'm not going to disrespect this man by being too friendly to his wife. It's me and him. Good to see y'all. Like that. Boom. King stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like 10 things that the black man would have to clean up in order to be a businessman. He can't be no gossiper. He can't do a lot of stuff. He's not ready, so there's no need in mentioning it, Maddie, just to be mentioning it, just to mention it. You ain't got it. I just be talking for nothing. The black man don't qualify nothing I'm gonna say. He can't even pass. He can't even be healthy or stop Google eyeing and flirting with women. He can't concentrate when he see a woman. Just them two things alone. What the other eight? You can't pass those two. So what tell you the other eight for? You can't even pass those two. You eat like trash. You ain't healthy. And any woman you see, you're unprofessional. All you're gonna bring is soap opera stuff to the company. And most of these companies is totally against the rules to be in a relationship. I know a white dude and a white girl. I had picked them up, white lady. They worked at Northwestern. And when I picked them up, they was way down. They wasn't by the hospital. And they got in the car and they said, the reason we had you pick us up down here, because nobody at our job know we married. He was like, we are dating. We are in a relationship. He said, because it's against the rules at the hospital for us to have a relationship while we work there. So he said, when we go to work, we never speak to each other unless we're in a group. And if she's speaking to everybody, she'll speak to me. And if I'm speaking to everybody, I speak to her. But she said, we never speak. We never have lunch together. We never walk out the building together. We never come to work together. They say most of the times we come to work, we take two Ubers. I take an Uber. We don't get out the car together. They said this time we went to get some meat. We had you pick us up down here. But they said we can't let nobody know we're in a relationship because we'll get fired immediately. A lot of companies is like that. You understand? Because it's not good for business. So I'm gonna end this, but yeah, that's why schools in our neighborhood we'll be able to have real business classes, business ethics, so that our young sons be ready for business. Business is very serious. Gotta have good customer service. You know, this is what we need in our community. You know what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about Trump and all of that. In our black community, we need business. You know, we how long we gonna let somebody else hire us? What's gonna happen when they don't hire us no more? What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? We can't even go to ourselves for jobs. You know, we're gonna have to make some serious changes. I'm just telling you. We're gonna have to make some serious changes, people. So I hope y'all learn from this, you know what I'm saying? Politics, victory.